Welcome back to Intables, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Countdown. I'm going to go over the top 5 stocks a lot of people have been talking about. I'm going to go over exactly what would have to happen for each one of these to break out, which indicators we would be looking for to have confirmation on these breakouts. And all I ask in return is you guys smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more chart updates on potential breakouts that we mentioned throughout the week. So let's jump into this one. So the first one I'm going to go over with you guys here is AEHR. I'm going to show you guys what has to happen for us to continue, what exactly might happen going into this week, and also what's going to give us confirmation on that momentum to continue on up. But before we get started, I want to mention that we do alert breakout alerts throughout the day. We mentioned CEI in our weekly watch list for the past month at 50 cents, jumping up to now $2.20. Again, looking to see if we can break over that $1 very key psychological resistance, broke above it after testing a couple times, came up to 220. And also we did mention DATs throughout the week here on the channel from our Sunday Night Countdown, looking to see if we can break over that previous resistance at $9.13. Looking to see if we can break over that $10 psychological resistance as well. Broke over $10, broke up to $12, having that major breakout throughout the week, also alerting that in the Intables room. And also a ton of eyes on MRIN with their Google News that they had recently. We did alert that Google News in pre-market on Tuesday, had that major breakout from $7.50 up to $10.50, having that major breakout, looking to see if we can continue going to this week. We did also alert this one yesterday. I did mention a video on Friday on MRN, so if you guys want to check out what might happen there, definitely check out that video. But if you guys do want to see all of our breakout alerts of the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. So again, here on AEHR, we did have that huge gap up, and then we closed strong here on AEHR, looking to see if we can continue. I'm going to back up to the 5-minute real quick so you guys can see what has to happen here. Again, we did have that continuation on up, and as you guys can see, going into extended hours, we had that push, and looking to see if we can continue with that push going to next week. Again, overall, we did have that major spike on volume and then have been decreasing on volume throughout the day. Looking to see if we can get an increase in volume. Now, backing up over to the 4-hour chart here, as you guys can see, we have been continuing on up and continuously breaking out. Again, having this major gap up, looking to see if we can continue with that momentum. Again, as you guys can see previously in this chart, we had these gap ups. We continued on up with these gap ups, but again, having rejection to the upside as we were gapping up, and then had that cool down, bouncing off the 20-minute average, continued up since then. And as you guys can see, we do have that major spike again here. We have that extension breaking above our 20-minute average, breaking also beyond our 20-minute average, looking to see if we can continue on up, in my opinion. As you guys can see, we had these major spikes, and we have been retracing since then. So again, going into this week, we are going to be either looking to see if we can break over 17, hold above going into this week, of course, breaking into new highs. But if we do retrace, which this stock has been retracing and consolidating and breaking out since then, we may retrace here, come back down, and consolidate just like we did previously here at this $12 range. So again, looking to see if we can hold over $12 to have a continuation. As you guys can see, we had these major spikes, had these continuations as we did consolidate. Looking to see if we can do the same thing here on AEHR. So again, looking to see if we can hold over 12 if we do come down, and looking to see if we can hold over 17 if we do continue on up. In my opinion, AEHR definitely in the watch. Now, in my opinion, with AEHR on no news, we could possibly more likely come down and retrace. Again, the market has been very choppy. Now, in my opinion, as far as continuation, we do need that increase in buy pressure to get that confirmation. Again, we do have that major spike. We broke above our previous buy pressure point, which gave us that confirmation on that spike that we had. And now looking to see if we can break above our previous momentum that we did have here on the MACD on this buy pressure. And if we can break above this buy pressure point, then we could have confirmation on that momentum. Again, in my opinion, breaking over $17 would be very key, but holding over 17 with momentum, breaking above our previous buy pressure point is exactly what we will be looking out for. And to set that alert here on TradingView, you come over to the plus sign here, you click add alert here, and then you can put that alert right above your previous buy pressure point. So that way, if it does break above it, then we will have confirmation on that momentum. Now, I'm going to jump over to the next one here with CEI. CEI has been on quite the run since we did mention them around 50 cents. Has been continuing on up since then. Now, we are testing our previous rejection and continuation sell-off point. We could not hold the body of the candle going into this week at this point. We did have that extension on Friday. We had that sell-off from that $2.29 mark. Again, as you guys can see, we had around $2.29. We did have that rejection as well. Now, hovering around this range, looking to see if we can hold over $2 as a support. Again, we did close over $2 on Friday. Looking to see if we can hold over $2. If we do drop below $2, in my opinion, then we will possibly come back down and looking to see if we can possibly test that 20-minute edge from then. So again, if we do get rejected and do not hold over $2 going into this week, then we could come back down and test the 20-minute average from there, assuming that the 20-minute average does curl up and continues on up. If we do have a curl down on the 20-minute average, then we could have a possible continuation sell-off from then. We're going to definitely be careful here on CEI, and also has been reacting to the upside when the market does react to the downside. So again, also something to be watching out for here on CEI. If the market does sell off completely, then we could have more momentum coming into with CEI for more intraday plays. Now, the next one I really wanted to go over with you guys here is PLTR. A lot of people talking about PLTR as a possible major breakout. Again, as you guys can see, we broke into that $28 range that we were looking for, could not hold above it. Looking to see if we can hold over this $28 range. We did close over $28 on Friday. Looking to see if we can hold this as a support here. If we cannot hold this as a support, then we could have more consolidation or continue on down, but ultimately have been looking to see if we can hold over this $28 mark. Also, previously, as you guys can see, we had that confirmation on that momentum here at $28. Also had that continuation sell-off here and has been consolidating since then. Looking to see if we can cross this 20 moving average, which we are now, 20 moving average above the 50. Looking to see if we can continue. Also did have that major spike on this bull flag and confirmation on this pattern. Also did have our descending wedge, broke out of it, then has been having that continuation on up since then. Now looking to see if we can break over this $28 mark that we have been mentioning. So again, that $28 mark, very key. And to have confirmation on that momentum, in my opinion, is to break above our previous buy pressure points. As you guys can see, we did have our original spike and our original major breakout. As you guys can see, we don't have as much buy pressure recently, but has been continuing on up. And as you guys can see, we do have that decrease in buy pressure, still continuing on up. What I really do like about this chart is that we do have the EMA lines above the MACD showing us that we could continue. Again, when we have the EMA lines above the MACD, it shows us that we could have continuations on momentum. So again, we had the EMA lines above the MACD. We continued on up since then as well. So again, EMA lines now above the MACD, looking to see if we can continue with this momentum, breaking over to $28 and holding over $28 going into this week. If we cannot hold over $20, again, like I said, we are looking more consolidated than we are going to be breaking out. So PLTR definitely on the watch to continue on up and hold over this $28 mark. In my opinion, has been looking for this momentum for quite a while and finally did get over this $20 mark, looking to see if we can hold above it to have that major spike like we did previously. Now, another one I want to go over with you guys here is NAKD. NAKD had a major spike going to extended hours. As you guys can see back on the 5-minute, we had that major spike and then did have that continuation on up going to extended hours. Looking to see if we can continue with this momentum going to extended hours. Looking to see if we can break above the 75-cent mark that we got rejected at midday. Looking to see if we can break over that 75-cent mark. Now, backing up here to the 4-hour chart, so you guys can see we did get rejected at about 75 cents. We not only got rejected at this point in time previously, but we also did have our continuation sell-off since then. So again, looking to see if we can hold over 75 cents. And also another resistance to look out for going to this week is 82 cents. We did previously have our rejection at this point and had that continuation sell-off, not holding over that mark here at 82 cents. And then our major resistance that we did have previously is here at $1. As you guys can see, we had our continuation sell-off and, in my opinion, very key for us as a psychological resistance. And here on this chart here at $1, in my opinion, if we can hold over $1 here on NAKD, just like we did on CEI, then we could have a continuation major breakout. And as far as confirmation on that momentum, we're going to be looking at the MACD here for momentum. As you guys can see, we have our buy pressure point, looking to see if we can break above our previous buy pressure point here. And in my opinion, to break above this buy pressure point that we have recently is to give us that momentum that we're looking for. So again, the EMA lines crossing above the MACD, showing us that we could continue on above the MACD and possibly have a continuation on up, breaking above our previous buy pressure point. NAKD definitely on the watch going into this week. One of the very few stocks that has been getting a lot of momentum going into this last week. And in my opinion, not many stocks have been giving momentum. So again, NAKD definitely on the watch for that momentum and for that confirmation on the MACD. Now, the last one I really wanted to go over with you guys is SOFI. SOFI has been one of the very few stocks a lot of people have been talking about as a possible major breakout. I'm going to go over exactly what has to happen here. As you guys can see here on SOFI, we had these previous major breakouts, and you guys can see we had that second major breakout. We did not break above our previous major breakout point, and we have been consolidating on down since then, creating a support here from our previous major gap down point that we did have and bounce, and our continuation on up since then, having that support here from that bounce that we did have. So again, looking to see if we can continue with the 20 moving average. Again, the 20 moving average being the yellow line, crossing above the 50 now. As you guys can see on this major breakout, we had this 20 moving average above the 50, and then we did cross below the 50, had that continuation on down, and then recently had that spike with the 20 moving average above the 50, giving us that momentum. And as you guys can see here now, we have the 20 moving average above the 50, looking to see if we can continue. And we did have that previous gap down point here at 1750. So going into this week, we're looking to see if we can hold that 1750 mark as a support. If we cannot respect that 1750 mark as a support and we do continue on down, then we could come down and look to see if we can bounce off of our 20 moving average from then. Again, we did mention AMC previously, looking to see if we can bounce just like we do see here on SOFI with the 20 moving average now crossing above the 50. So again, SOFI definitely on the watch for that continuation. And if we do want that continuation, we are going to be looking at the MACD here. As you guys can see, we had that major breakout. We had the buy pressure break above our previous buy pressure point, which gave us that confirmation on this reversal. But to hold over 1750 is what everybody needs to be looking out for, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. This is only what I'll be doing. As you guys can see here on the MACD, we had that increase in buy pressure again. looking to see if we can break above our previous buy pressure point that we had on that second breakout point that we did have, in my opinion. So again, to set the alert, you go over the plus sign here, you click add alert, and then you're gonna put that alert right above our previous buy pressure point here on that second spike that we did have, and then to have that major spike and confirmation on the momentum. If you guys don't like that momentum after our second spike, then to have that major breakout on SOFI would be to break above our previous buy pressure point and momentum that we did have originally with SOFI. So again, SOFI, in my opinion, definitely on the watch. SOFI has had that reversal and looking to see if we can continue on past 1750. Overall, in this chart, we need a lot to happen here. If we can come back down and test the 20-moving average, in my opinion, then we're looking a little healthier to have a continuation. As you guys can see previously, we had this spike, we came back down and tested the 20-moving average and had that major breakout from then. So again, we may have the same thing happen here, possibly bounce off the 20-moving average from here and possibly have that major breakout. But again, looking for that increase in buy pressure. If we do not get that increase in buy pressure, then we are looking more consolidated than we are looking like a breakout. So again, SOFI, definitely on the watch, but only on the watch for the momentum and to get that alert here on the MACD. So again, if you guys want to see all of my breakout alerts throughout the day, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you guys will never miss a breakout alert throughout the day again. And everybody that has been supporting the channel, all of you Instabulls, hope you guys all had a great weekend. We are going to be going back at it in pre-market as usual. And if you guys do like this video, it does help if you find it, and it does help the channel grow. And I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.